Are we almost there? Violet asked eagerly. She was wedged in the front seat between Grandfather and Henry as the rental car sped along the overseas highway toward Key West, Florida. We just passed Key Largo, Grandfather told her, so we have another couple of hours to go. And we have a lot more keys to go, Jessie piped up from the back seat. Sugarloaf Key, Eagle Key, Big Pine Key. She reeled off the names from a map that Sue Lee had spread across her lap. I hope we'll be at Camp Coral in time for dinner, said Benny, who was 6. He loved to eat. The names are so pretty, Sue Lee said. She stared out the window at the turquoise water that inched right up to the narrow ribbon of highway. The silvery blue-green Atlantic Ocean was on the left, and the Gulf of Mexico was on the right. I'm glad you came with us, Sue Lee, Violet said. So am I. Sue Lee was a 7-year-old Korean girl who had been adopted by Joe and Alice Alden, the Boxcar Children's aunt and uncle. She was looking forward to sharing adventures with her new cousins. I think we'll see a lot of the islands and keys at Camp Coral, Jessie assured her. They have 14 boats, and we'll be on the water every day. Jessie, who at 12 was the most organized of the 4 Boxcar Children, and she had read the camp handbook from cover to cover. I'll be on the water too, Grandfather said. Jake loves to fish, and I expect we'll be out catching blue marlin and snapper for dinner. He had already explained to the children that he would be visiting his friend on Upper Matcomb Key while they were at camp for a week. I bet you'll have fun, Grandfather, Violet said, resting her hand on Grandfather's shoulder. 10-year-old Violet Alden was a shy, sensitive child who was very attached to her grandfather. She remembered the days when she and her sister and brothers were orphans living in a boxcar, and Grandfather had found them and given them a real home. It was late afternoon when Henry, who was 14, spotted a small green sign. That's it, he said excitedly. Turn here for Camp Coral, Grandfather. They left the highway and headed down a narrow dirt road bordered by a tropical jungle of mangrove trees and palms. A pair of white herons streaked across the sky, and a small deer darted across the road into a thicket. A few minutes later, they arrived at a collection of white stucco buildings nestled at the edge of a dazzling blue ocean. 2 giant palms framed a nautical-looking sign, Welcome to Camp Coral. A piece of fisherman's net was draped over one corner, and a thick coil of rope formed the words. We're here, Benny shouted. As soon as Grandfather pulled into the parking lot, Benny scrambled out of the car. Jessie and Sue Lee were right behind him. It's just like I pictured it, Violet said, turning to help unload the luggage from the trunk. A group of campers were paddling kayaks close to the shore, and 2 young girls walked by in wetsuits. They were carrying goggles and flippers, and one of them waved to her. Why are they dressed like that? Benny asked curiously. They're probably going snorkeling, Grandfather told him, or maybe even scuba diving. They teach both here at the camp. And we teach a lot of other fun things, a young woman said, walking up to them. She was wearing cut-off shorts and a red T-shirt with the word staff printed on it. I'm Melanie, the activity director, she said, sticking out her hand to Grandfather. And you must be the Aldens. Grandfather shook Melanie's hand and introduced everyone. Then a loud bark made Melanie turn in surprise. Oops, she said, reaching down to pat a friendly-looking collie. I forgot to introduce Bingo. He's the camp mascot. We have a dog back home, Benny said. His name is Watch. Melanie smiled at him. Then I'll give you a special assignment, Benny. You can give Bingo his doggy treat every day after dinner. Would you like that? You bet! Now, after you say your goodbyes, I'll take you to your cabins. She bent down to pick up one of the duffel bags lying next to the car. Goodbye, children, Grandfather said, embracing each of the children in a big hug. Have a wonderful time, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye, Grandfather, Jessie said, somewhat sadly. We'll miss you, Violet added. Grandfather started the engine, and the children waved until the blue car had rounded a turn in the dirt road and was out of sight. Ready, everyone? Melanie asked.